So I will add the marker and we can get underway.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Go ahead.
So we actually have a Worlds format for once, right? We're finally through the
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
I will go second.
Okay.
So that's exciting. We'll just have to see how that translates to what we have here, because it is the 2022 Worlds, and a lot of people don't like this one, so...
What is this hand?
I know! I'm seeing that going, oh. Okay.
Ultra Ball discard boss and boss.
Oof. Yeah.
Price check.
I'm just gonna say it now so I don't end up saying it later on in the thing. This has got to be one of the ugliest Pokemon designs I have ever seen. Like, what the hell? Especially for retrains. I mean, you know, like, God.
It is certainly the inferior water horse.
Yeah.
I'll use Switch in case of shenanigans. And pass it over.
Level ball?
Really does just feel like a what were they thinking sort of thing with it, you know? There's gonna be some mythology thing behind it, I'm sure, that I don't know, and so, yeah, uncultured me, blah blah blah, but like, it just looks bad, I'm sorry.
I also figured the idea was meant to look kind of like Arceus.
Yeah, which would be even worse.
Quick ball, discarding evolution incense.
Yeah, it's a good old deck though, I will say.
I don't know what I'm going up against, so we'll just grab one of those.
I don't think that's unreasonable. We haven't seen any energy of any kind at the moment, so if you've got a spare slot, then it might as well, right?
And quick ball, discarding research.
Ooh.
Marnie.
Okay.
Interesting and not unreasonable.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Unfortunate to not see an energy drop, but then this deck only plays like 7 energy or something, so...
It cannot be. Double turbo to the active.
Yep.
And Infinity Charge.
At least it can attach to itself if it needs to, so there is that.
Think I'm already attached.
Yeah, wait a sec, please.
I think no matter what, 2 are going down. That's all. Where's... Okay, retreat if I have to.
Right, okay, proceed.
Already wrong.
Yeah, you drew well early, so... Did we make this? Yes and no. It was co-opted from an existing mod on Tabletop Sim, but Pepper has put in a lot of extra work on the stuff here.
80 dealings.
So Like, it's, as is all things in creation, right? It was built off the back of prior work, but my god, that work was so good. That,
Piece of shit is a good couple of words to bring up, I think.
yeah.
Attach water energy to the Palkia. Cross switcher in the Beaver.
Which then makes you switch as well.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I think I need to protect what's on the bench here a bit more than...
So, just in terms of what decks have been played at the moment, it's like Palkia Intel is the thing here. It looks like Arceus, a metal of some sort. Based on past history, it'd probably be like the aggron thing at this point, but we don't know at the moment because it's not being shown. So,
Skip up Nat. Irida.
Yeah, it was a cross switch, wasn't it? Right, yeah.
yeah, cross switcher was played. So it was the Drizzile to get the second switcher so that this could happen, and then Irida got played.
Okay.
Am I a good host? Loaded question. I don't know. Entertaining, but you can't get the energy. It's a water Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you have bucket in these lists. That's what...
Yeah,
And
so
I might not need that. Okay.
that song's got a vocal, so I'll move that around.
That and
See, this is why I thought you would have scooped up the Manaphy in the first place, but yeah.
The real switch probably would have been just put the Drizzile active, then scoop up. Probably what the play should have been.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, apologies, I got the wording the wrong way around with that. Well, thank you for the bit there. I thought you were asking the question as opposed to making a statement, my bad. Let me go, whilst I'm here, since we have mentioned the workshop bit, let me go find the thing real quick so I can...
Half in the bucket, okay?
Whilst these guys are doing their thing...
Gracious Bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one?
Yep.
And pass from there.
Okay,
So
so
if you-
okay.
If you are interested in the tabletop sim mod, that is that in the chats.
Continuing with the chain of why the hell have I bricked so hard?
It's amusing in seeing one way this is seeing it in, but we'll discuss that after the game, so there's no spoiler stuff here.
Going to attach with double turbo to the Bidoof. Pay retreat. And power Reg KO.
Power wave. Arceus is just Terry at this point.
Drizzile. Shady dealings.
Okay, so what's the output that this can do? 60 plus, so if a full bench, 60 plus 140, right? So, okay. Just trying to keep track for myself is like, if a full bench happens, how much can this do? The answer is just barely not enough right now.
Yep, that's usable. Just making sure it's not bench. Quick
Melody
ball,
can-
discarding water energy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Melody can go active. Yep.
Certainly can.
Get another Sobble. Melanie.
Yep. Accelerate the water to the dude. Draw the free.
Level Ball. We're not getting a full bench, but I think we're getting a decent whack here.
Yeah, that still seems pretty strong.
And then Subspace Swell.
180.
What?
Did better than a bullseye.
Okay, we get. And we on. Ultra Ball discarding Radiant Holucha and. Right. Oh, and DT. At this point.
Yeah, and especially with the way the board currently is, it's kind of awkward to set that up, isn't it? Mr. Beeps.
I will put a big charm on bench start. Because something tells me it's not going to matter over here. So and Om Nom Nom Incisors, draw 4. Go up here because we have our Arceus VSTAR and we're going power. Darwin.
Any 2 cards, which being a comp search style thing does not have to be shown, so that's always good. Nice thing about seeing that this turn is that you don't have to worry about like Radiant Greninja hitting or something, isn't it? Because with 100 HP remaining, it's always the thing with a card like this, isn't it? It's got a lot of power behind it, but you've just got to make sure you make the right decision as to what you're actually getting here. Yeah, you don't have to show, but
His hand's getting emptied anyway.
fair dues.
Quick Ball, discard metal.
And before we find all of our other basic energies with that research. There he is. Yeah, because at this stage of the game, I don't think it really makes too much sense to play Zacian or something, so...
Aggron. Capture. I need to be a fail search here because size scary. Drop path so you can't start portal as easily. And research is guard right. Bell. aggron.
It can't just be me that keeps wanting to call it Choice Band, right? Just because that's what it was in Gen 7.
Yes.
Trinity Nova for probably a disappointing amount of energy at this point, because
just the one.
Shitty dealings.
Gee, Mom, how come your Inteleon lets you get two trainer cards, huh?
Even another Inteleon.
Even more
Shitty
power.
dealings the second.
God, this engine is so strong.
Problem is, there can be choice paralysis.
Yeah, a little bit. This is one of those moments where it's like, I have an idea of what I would do, but I don't know if there's enough cards for it, and I don't know if it would work as a result.
No, I shouldn't grab that. I should grab this instead. Then I can grab the other thing later. Or no, I grabbed this.
Yeah, this is what I mean with this kind of thing. It's so powerful, but this is where it really sort of promotes, okay, what kind of play can we make that that is going to work here and do exactly what I need it to do.
I think it's these two. Oh, right. Need to lift these two off.
Yep.
Yeah. Good with that.
Yep, because that lets you get one more.
I think it's going to be Hisuian Heavy Ball.
Oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure, but I get it. That's what we're looking for, yep. There he is. Because you can't Irida for that then, if he's not there.
Concealed cards?
You do need
Nope.
to bump the stadium first. It has a roll
right.
box.
Yeah, sorry.
We
Training
know you
court.
have it, but you do need to bump the stadium first, because, yeah, just because it's not a two-prizer doesn't mean it has no roll box.
Concealed cards? There's been a lot, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna make sure that's shuffled.
That's fair, that's fair. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, I can attach capture energy to this.
Yep, because it has a colorless in its cost.
I don't think I need to grab anything.
Well, you
Although,
can't.
it
because
probably
You don't, you don't
Oh,
have...
it goes to the bench,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, this is quite the Palkia turn, alright.
Don't know if I play my supporter this turn
You
or if I
have
keep
not.
them because give
You have not played
Yeah,
it.
but I don't know if I should play it, is the question.
Well, if you don't, you aren't getting the KO. If that's what your intention is this turn.
On the Arceus?
It's 100 HP remaining, right? I figured the entire point that you were setting this up for was that you were gonna go for Moonlight on this turn.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
I thought that was the entire point here.
Well, actually, is that even a possible option?
Yeah,
actually it is.
Got
It's
a
a 2 retreat. Yeah.
This guy's freaking good. It literally is. You pay the 2 retreat. You've then got exactly 3 water energy in the discard. Go figure, right? And Star Ball can keep you in the game with that too. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah. So I get an item card and a water Pokemon. So we'll get a. Actually, we'll get a basic Palkia.
Sorry, I thought that was the line you were
sorry.
going for. That's why I was. That's why
That might be in a bit
it.
bigger brain than I was thinking.
Fair
Especially because you... Okay, that is any way you like, though.
Oh yeah.
Just making sure there was no bordering issue.
Nope. Certainly ain't no dumb crap with that.
And yeah, Moonlight Shuriken,
So I need
active, and probably the Aggron V.
Just any 2 energy that you want to discard.
Actually, no, this is a big charm.
It does. It is big.
I think this makes more sense.
Yeah, it's like even if we're presuming this is gonna get KO'd, it's probably still better to. Yeah.
There's a potential for Melanie and manual attach.
You're still taking 2 prizes,
Yep.
by the way.
Because there's potential for Melanie and a manual attach now.
Yeah. Oh, Melanie can't attach.
Oh, is it only to Vs?
Yeah, it's only to Vs. I've railed against this for so often. I'd play Melanie in the Inteleon stuff. I'd have done this like ages ago if it was doable.
Metal 3 go.
Yeah, this is the tough. The heck do we do now sort of moment, isn't it?
I'm not. It's not a dumb idea. It's more an idea of how much I'm willing to bench to prove this year of doing things.
The gross thing is just that this is also a 1 retreat as well, so it's just like, God, it can just piss off now if it needs to. It's done its job.
Okay, to the Ziggy always goes down, and it's going to put its counter on the Palkia.
Yeah, because it doesn't even
That
work.
makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't even work put now on the active because Choice Bell doesn't do more damage to this guy. So it's...
And we scoop that, and we're going to scoop up next the Ziggy. We're always gonna boss in the damage Palkia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that makes sense.
Rock Slide gets the KO. That's the most sensible. Yeah.
Current damage. Sorts of places well damage if the belt comes out is
6, 7. So it's 200. So either way you're dying, but like depends if you fear quick shooting, right?
dying anyway needs a VMAX anyway, so I should dig. Means I'm going to put Ziggy down. Literally don't. So I'll put on the Palkia. I don't think Paul matters this one.
Yeah, it's like how much will it matter with the 30 that you're gonna do with Rock Slide sort of thing, isn't it?
Bidoof goes down.
Ah, we are playing the house now. Yep.
You know what? Belt the Bibarel.
The world's strongest tail
In this
smash.
situation, I am going to training court before I bump that.
Makes sense. And then Incisors draw, yep.
Yep.
Just making sure we weren't. Oh yeah, we attached a medal or something here, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a manual attach up front.
Yep.
We hit Ultra Ball, got in Quick Ball, and that's again. And half. Don't.
Yeah,
Just
outside of like concealed cards, it's really not doing much anymore. And is concealed cards even good after Star Portal? Yes and no, right? It's debatable as to whether it's even useful going for it at this stage. So
Get this then so we can put a hit.
big.
This guy also with a 3 energy attack, which will get the KO here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Racking stomp.
That's if you're gonna discard any card, discarding the Drizzile is probably pretty good. So we did take 2 for that, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
One
alright.
KO early from the mana fee, 2
Yeah.
from that.
I'm just making sure that everything's still like right there, you know.
Lava Ball. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, we still do have that. We still do have that.
So is this level ball is the first thing that's like happened this turn then?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna level ball for Drizzile, evolve Drizzile, Shady Dealings. Right, so how much are we doing at the moment? We have 8, so
220.
that's
Right?
220. $240. I don't think I'm one-shotting the aggron, which is a pain.
I'd be stunned if you could.
Yeah, but there's other stuff we can do.
It's just try.
Just wondering if that's what we grab right now then.
Yeah.
Probably not. Might be this. Yeah, we'll grab this instead. Because there is something that we can kill. Put down Palkia.
Yeah, I was about to do that as well because I'm kind of interested to see one bit here as well. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Yep.
Shady Dealings.
Yeah, because it was the other one, the Sobble here, that evolved to Drizzile. Or if it wasn't, well, it was one of them that evolved and the other one didn't, so good enough.
I think we'll thin that out. Thin that out.
Fair enough.
Bucket. There is only one, so.
There can be only one. Wow.
Boss in the Arceus. And Subspace Swell.
Yep, that. Dead, that is.
Very dead, yep.
Big guy. Prizes. Yeah. Quick ball, discard money.
This would be where we'd love to have Roxanne, but you know.
Aggron V. Search first. Got 2 metals and an aggron.
Yep.
Yeah, we really don't want to bench that thing at this point.
Okay, yeah. Second Beaver, we hit the DTE. Ultra Ball, discard Quick Ball, Arc V. One in here. Future Marnies, and that takedown for You Go Squish for me.
Yeah, 280 with a choice band. Yeah, choice belt. Yeah, see, I told you, I just want to call it that.
Beaver roll. Very few. 2 prizes. And I have left you with
Evolution Incense. Active. Okay. I think that's still enough, though. No, because I can't play 2 of those. Ah, that's a pain. I know what I need to do, I just don't think I have enough turns to do it.
$200 base right now by my count. If you go for Palk, otherwise it's I'm not sure what your concealed card. If there's a Moonlight Shuriken plan, then it's gonna have to be boss plus. Yeah, it's gonna be a boss or something. Force a Beaver up.
Problem is, I don't think it's enough because these are 120. But I'm just gonna have to hope that it sticks.
Well, I mean, there is one potentially fatal flaw in the discard at the moment, isn't it? We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to see if this sticks. We'll boss in a Bibarel. Quick shooting the Bibarel on the bench.
I disagree, but okay.
Okay then.
Because the point is, you're going to be attacking this one in the active, right?
Yes.
I'd imagine.
Suppose, yeah. I mean, it can go anywhere.
I guess it can go anyway. Yeah, okay, so if you put it on the bench one, then I guess it's like... Yeah, fair enough. If you put it on the bench one, then it's like whatever, isn't it? You just ping the bench, hit the one on the
I guess
bench.
it's playing against an imaginary Sharon's Care.
Well, Sharon's Care is going to wreck you either way, isn't it? Because this also
Yeah.
things in. So, fair. If you don't hit the active, then yeah, Sharon's Care can't pick up the active and then KO you. Fair enough, yeah. You got me.
Let's see what's in here. I don't think there's going to be anything, but... Oh, that actually, if I had that prize, that probably would have mattered, yeah. Unfortunate. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it would have, wouldn't it? Yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
You don't really, as a Pokemon, put this card in the discard pile? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have mattered.
Absolutely would have. I'm seeing the stuff with it now, yeah. That's fine. It happens.
Moonlight Shuriken, this one, and this one.
Okay, Ziggy dies. This goes to 110.
If you have Switch, you win, basically, but, you know.
Oh, let's dig for it. Evo Incent.
Do we still have one? Is the question.
do. Come on.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Fifth card. It's fine.
pretty much
Yeah,
guaranteed it, though,
the last prize I took was
Pretty much.
that would have made the difference, I think.
Yeah, because there's a
Yeah,
Holucha
'cause
in the
this-
discard, so you would have been able
Yep,
to Echoing Horn the Holucha.
The other one was if I had it, but I couldn't boss and have this.
I think you would have. Yeah, that's the thing. You would have been in a bit of trouble with that. Because yeah, if you could have done both. Yeah, close one. Having it literally had to be, once again, as always with these things, isn't it? It has to be like every step at the exact sort of moment needs to sort of land where it needs to. Hello, Variety Birders, how are you doing? So yeah, Palkia Intel, pretty freaking good deck apparently.
Yeah, nearly lost the game because of my little experiment over here.
I think it would have been not correct if we did this round without showing this off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't end up playing my retrained sort of version that was somewhat more similar to this, so it has like more cross-switch. We discussed the differences we had before, but the only testing I did with the thing was the initial build had like 4 VIP pass in it, and that just felt really, really horrible. So, I don't know, I just did not find that the deck was setting up well enough, so I did not approve of it at all, and therefore, yeah, I didn't play it. So
I don't
yeah.
like those arts.
No, I mean, I kind of...
But it doesn't really have a good art.
No.
No, it doesn't. It's this, and yeah, not a really flattering thing.
Like, I'm kind of okay with the one in the middle of the, like, you know, weird building-y thing, but even that's just kind of, like, just strange more than anything. But yeah, no, clearly deck is strong, as we saw with a bit there. It's it can absolutely go insane. That Moonlight Shuriken turned in the middle of the game was just disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't consider Moonlight Shuriken plus belt. I should have attacked that Big Charm active.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think of it that way, because it's just like, how could I have anticipated that, really? You know?
I mean, that's meta knowledge, like playing the format more. Because I never played against this deck in ran deck in testing. And
yeah, I
not a
guess.
modern player, so
You did also
Not
have
well-
like half down, and there wasn't any energy in the discard at the time, and like paying retreat is kind of a weird thing for it, I guess. I don't know. It's a pretty.
I thought it would have been fatter than a 2 retreat cost.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you? But nah, this card's actually good. So, yeah. The aggron deck is interesting, if nothing else. I'm not completely sold on it, but at the same time, I get the idea. It's just, my god, does this take a lot of energy to do, right?
yeah, like, I had a couple of prize energy that game. I had to charge to another arc, and I was actually really short by the end.
Yeah.
I think the original build is. I think the thing I dropped for the whole Lucha was a Raihan as well. Kind of felt that pain. Probably should have discarded the one I had. It's like, yeah, probably had a bit, but at the same time, I need to get the setup that turn. So
Yeah.
hard choices.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a weird one, isn't it? Because like, I do kind of get it. I do get the idea with this. I just, it is very expensive to do. As I know, the Aggron V is technically the better attacker out of the two of them in most situations. That's why the Zigzagoon is like heavily sort of felt here, even if it is just one scoop up net. It's still like, you know, you've got the two Ziggy for it, so makes sense, because you got to do enough damage somehow, and like 280 is that kind of sweet spot number that we want for most stuff at the moment, and this even goes above and beyond that if you can not, like, if you somehow get enough energy regularly on it, you could still ping and hit like the big charmed VSTAR as well, which is very scary.
And the other big number is actually 310 for Pika VMAX and Moo VMAX, which Merciless Strike hits with Ziggy.
Yeah, although good luck hitting Pika with an Aggron V, but you know.
Yeah.
That's always the concern point there. Very much good luck hitting it with this thing, because it will just not take any damage from you most of the time.
Yeah. This build, I probably should be try to squeeze another VMAX into this build, because they're playing the whole Lucha to make getting the VMAXs down with max takedown easier. But like we always complain about these decks not playing a Radiant, but I think that game was a very nearly a good showing of why they didn't play the Radiant.
I guess maybe it's specifically against playing this one.
This had a pretty good showing.
I still think I think Radgren could have been totally fine in here though. Maybe you would ideally want like a super rod or something, not ordinary rod even in here instead, like as a thing to recover
you need
a
energy
couple.
recovery at that point, I think.
But I don't think. I really don't think that's that much of an ask though, for like one card to thing it in, and then that gives you the option of an extra draw 2 for like a lot of the game, right? I don't know if that's really a hard ask. Maybe
Another problem is you're on 3-path and trying to run a Radiant Holucha.
I mean, that is a bit of anti-synergy, yeah. If path is down, Holucha doesn't do anything. But I guess that's why the Pumpkaboo is there to bounce it.
That's another thing that can be sniped by Radgren as well.
Yeah. And then there's the whole thing with like path plus Crobat as well is kind of annoying. There's maybe some like strange parts to it, but at the same time I get why they're there. It's like I've always sort of thought with a lot of other stuff, it's like we never want to play like a Shaman or a Dedenne when we can afford not to, but sometimes you do just kind of have to, right, in order to get going. So like I totally understand.
I did look into cutting the Crobat, but you saw the deck is just a bit bricky. It sometimes needs that out.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe another research in instead of it or something could be the way then. Who knows? Tough to say. But it's just one of those interesting kind of thought moments. Is like sometimes you really do
actually,
just...
we're talking about energy recovery, and we're talking about our stadium issues.
Roseanne?
Why does...
Oh, you playing Training Cord
is a very good card.
Yeah, Training Cord as a one-off could be a thing, right?
Yeah, because a lot of the time with Path, your star, like the point of Path in this meta, a lot of the time is Starbirth Path to stop your opponent's Starbirth.
Yeah, right. Or to, as you did, to try and stop the portal, but that's a bit less good against the Intel engine.
I expect Intel to pump it.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Many people really needed that point. It's like, yeah, throw this out, make them work, make them.
Yeah, no, I could see like a 1/1 swap or something to ping me in. That would definitely empower Radgren a fair bit more.
Also help late game energy in general. Things get weird.
Yeah, which they kind of did. Just a little, you know. Yeah, no, interesting decks though for sure. Yeah, and I mean, Palkia is just such a crazy thing. Like, we saw the Suicune before, and the Suicune was totally, like, strong in its own right, and now you just give that 40 extra base damage and a busted ability that allows it to work with a new busted, like, support tool for it. And yeah, and more health as well. Like, you don't have to play Cape for this thing, you can just put the Choice Belt down or something, you know. Unbelievable, sometimes just, like, how good this thing can be. And it's even got space for its own path as a one-of as well, because once you have Star Portal, there's very little that you actually want to use with it. Because Radgren, when you've already gotten rid of your you don't play energy recovery outside the court either, so it's like, do you really want to use Radiant Greninja after you've Star Portaled? Probably not, right?
Only if you have court up.
Yeah, like maybe if you've got a spec capture energy or something, because Radiant Greninja can discard any energy, so it can discard captures as well. Like, they'd probably be the least useful things at that stage, so maybe you would get away with that, but that's solely because of the double water cost on here. This is always one I found interesting, just looking at the difference in the list as well, going, oh yeah, capture energy's in there with it, but it does kind of give you extra discards with this dude, as well as being able to fuel the keep calling if you need it to. So
yeah,
it's alright.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Don't know if you don't need to manually attach that often because you do have Star Portal.
Yeah, I just don't know if I favor the captures over like an extra Quick Ball and an extra Irida personally, but that's just my own sort of you know,
Especially with
feels with it.
Want to see a turn? If you're going second, you want to see a turn one.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, 3 Irida is trolling compared to 4, but that's just what people sometimes ran with it. So, you know, it's no knock on what you have there, Sai. It's just that's what people did, so I can understand. But yeah, if this is gonna get run at all, I definitely think you want 4 Irida to search it out like turn 1. Not that it would have. No, you went second in that game, right? So it
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have been, yeah, so it would have actually been good. Anyway, yeah, that's just kind of where we're at with it. I think both decks are fine. Like, there's a lot of there'll be a lot of different nuances you could build within this thing. It's not all about this is the established 60 and that is it, right? So, I mean, it very rarely is. Let's be real. Even with these old meta games, there's still plenty of space to be like, actually, I kind of want this, but. You know, I think especially the closer we get to current standard, the less there's going to be of, okay, everything is like, already the best 60 has been found, etc. And deviating from that is bad, blah, blah, blah. You know.
You'll probably see people telling you otherwise, but...
Yeah, well, those people are stupid. Ruffle some feathers there. Those people are dumb. Alrighty then.
Yeah. Sorry, I was laughing on. That was...
Yeah, no, it's alright, it's alright. Just so, what's up next?
Go ahead. I have a cat demanding attention.
Ah, I see.
Enough.
Alrighty, let's see what we can do then, eh?
Heads.
You got it.
We'll go second.
Yeah. Sorry if this is going to be the same thing with a different person, but yeah. This is just kind of the thing with it. Yeah, here he is to save the day. Throwing his Ultra Ball. Alright, yep.
I can't play the Ultra Ball before the game started.
Indeed. Although his ability basically is Ultra Ball, but with draw instead of searching, right? Yeah, so well, it's 2022 format is where we're up to now in Cape Puff, so yeah. Alrighty, like I said, sorry for it being basically same matchup with a different person, but I don't think the other one would even be entertaining to play against you. So just as a thing of like, I know that matchup is probably not very good and would just take ages for no reason. So okay, we have a Regi. I think this one's probably the best one to put down to begin with here. We're going to quit ball, discarding Choice Belt because there is no reason for me to keep hold of that right now. You see Lunatone in the opener and you immediately go, yeah, unless this is the really bizarre Mewtwo one, which is very unlikely because that deck flopped, then you probably don't need Choice Belt in this. And even if I somehow did, well, there's 2 more in the deck list, so... Oh, that's an awkward couple of prizes, alright. That's 2, 3... Yeah. Get your Fizame jokes in already. It's that's indeed what we're at here. His proprietary wisdom, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that could be awkward down the line, but we'll see. Gonna get the Gigas, and then we're gonna quit ball, discarding the other Alekia. So I was like, I think this one's just better to start off with. And we will get ourselves the Rock. Shuffle. And we will use our hard once per turn for some reason. We will use our Drago, Dragon's Horde, to draw until 4 in hand. So we will get that. I mean, that's interesting. How much do I need that at the moment now? Well, I mean, Heavy Ball's always a good thing to fire, right? So we'll do that, see what we're working with here. Because I noticed 2 prizes immediately. There isn't anything there, but I immediately noticed 2 of the prizes going, uh-oh. And then a third one from that. Good to see the others guaranteed there. Okay. Does this work on a group or do I think? Oh, just do that. Ha! Smart. I've not actually tried that before, so I was just like not sure if it would work. I think I really want to put this down, but I also don't know if it's a good idea right now, given your deck. Boy. No, I think that's a pretty reasonable first turn here of it. Go ahead.
And draw. Okay. Oh. Fog Crystal.
Yep. And an addition courtesy of yours truly.
Yeah, remember this thing existed? It's actually really nice here. Psychic Energy.
Yep.
Get to play Milo, discarding 2 Psychic Energy.
Nice. Yep, 2 cards for each one discarded. That's pretty good.
There we go. Got appeased.
Heck yeah.
We have 2 Solrock.
It's pretty solid. It's at that slightly awkward point, isn't it?
The belt of does absolutely nothing here.
Yep.
Like, I'm not even sure if do I even want I can attack, but it's not kill 10 off.
Yeah, so it's like maybe charge the benched one or something with most of it, but you could still cycle. If you've got a card worth discarding, you can still cycle draw, right? So
I'll attack 2 each.
yep. So yeah, once per turn, attach a psychic to one of your Lunatone from the discard pile. It doesn't have to be anywhere in particular. It's a pretty reasonable ability, to be honest.
So I will cycle draw, discard a Psychic Energy.
Yep. And draw free.
Discard anything else?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. We will draw. Could have done with that exactly last turn, but whatever, it's fine. Right, so this is going to get a bit weird then, because I don't exactly know how best to play this out. Right, so the thing for fairly reasonable reasons that I didn't want to put down turn 1 because I thought it'd benefit you more on the attacking initiative turn was Pokestop. So yeah, I think that was a pretty fair thing. Yeah, it's like I could have probably got my last Regi down if I did that, and get one more card. No, I drew it after with the Horde, so like I wouldn't have been able to get it. I wouldn't have been able to like.
I had DKO there if I could stop.
Yeah. Which like is not impossible for me to come back from, but is definitely difficult. That's for sure. See, the problem is I did draw an energy for turn, but it's the one that makes me draw more cards, so I don't want to play it here. I think I'm gonna just Dragon's Horde here for the one. Yeah, well, I mean that wasn't gonna do anything anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, let's play the Speed Lightning. Draw 2. Very funny. It's not looking amazing, I'll be honest, but I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, to be fair, I don't think a lot of it's going to look amazing given the hand, but this looks especially bad now. Then again, had I have, like, Pokestopped for those, it probably would have been kind of worse. I'm trying to work out, actually. Would have had to discard 2 of them, but, like, that's fine. We're going to scoop up net this guy, obviously. Might as well just play Switch on it effectively, because that's what it's going to do. The most likely one to get an attack this turn is going to be this guy, so we probably should. Then it's going to be Research, because I already had Research Net, and then I drew for the Free and Order, Drago, Red Net, Research. So, you know, I literally just drew another copy of my hand, which was not ideal. Let's just put it how it is. And yeah, that definitely does not solve that. Okay, now we do the Pokestop. So we get one. Okay, that solves it. Rope and ice can go. Okay, that's fine. Skate rope is decent because we did draw the steel, so that's there. And the fact that I now got an Aurora Energy was the big thing for it here. So we are going to use the Ancient Wisdom to basically accelerate from discard to one of my Pokemon. Free energy as we do. I have the Capture, but I guess I probably shouldn't play Capture, to be honest, because I'm probably going to need that next turn. Or am I? I want to say the answer to that is probably no, but I think it's better just playing Twin Energy here, actually, because it is a 2-energy retreat on this. So, like, if it somehow, like, if for whatever reason it was to survive, I'd be able to, like, pay Twin Energy and still accelerate, right, is the thing. So, yeah, then we will use Terra Spot, discard all the Lightning, 120 to the active, and 40 to the Solrocks.
I expected that.
Yep, that's the thing that makes the most sense. Yep.
Sure. Okay. Lunatone goes. That's all.
Yep. Absolutely.
Stupid, this Raihan's awesome.
Raihan's pretty good, yeah. So accelerate one of those Psychic to one of your dudes and search for any one card. Pretty good. So it seems like both decks are firing pretty well in these opening turns here, to be honest. Because yeah, if you attacked with the thingy on turn 1, it would have made literally no difference, right? Other than you would have had one less energy in play. So it's like, yeah, because I would have lived on 10, I would have scooped up netted anyway. So it really didn't make a difference not attacking turn 1. So I think, yeah, both decks are firing as they would like to be right now.
Right, just stop. Yeah, that's actually okay.
What was that? Oh yeah, no, it's Raihan. You don't get
Raihan
the show. Yep, it's fine. This time I forgot. Is the thing of like, yeah.
Quick ball. Discard Psychic. Yeah, Radgrant.
There he is.
Good not to use the
Yeah,
top immediately.
It's pretty respectable for.
Use the stop now.
Yep. Ooh. Oh, well, the heavy ball might be useful, but the other two are going down. That's
Heavy ball.
Yep. Yeah, I know you can just like hold control and thing, but because I'm on the controller for my like directional movement, it just felt a lot nicer to just group them up. And then yeah, your stuff is smart enough where it's like, yeah, oh, you also fail search rip. You do have to shuffle those prizes. It's not a get out of jail free sort of thing with that. You do have to shuffle them. So.
Crystal for Psychic.
Yep.
Discard Psychic for concealed cards.
To draw 2. Yep. So that's like 4 in the discard, or 5 maybe in the discard at this point. Free. Okay, fair enough. We've got 2 Solrock in play, so...
One can go. Yeah.
The other one does not have to, scoop up to get rid of the, and get the extra attach, because it's a soft once. That's how this works in the first place, after all.
Bob Crystal again, press up and manual attach, because... Also go on the bench guy.
Yeah, because this had 1 from the previous turn, so... 2... Yeah, so Raihan was accelerating 1, and then we've had 3 accelerated in total, and then 1 manual attach. Yeah, that's why I was saying 1 was last turn. We're at 6 now because you've had 1 from Raihan, 3 from Solrock, and 1 from Hand. So, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you have. I should have probably marked it.
Yeah. Hit my prize then.
Yep, 120, down he goes. I mean, obviously, like, any attacker is kind of, like, doable with it here. I'm just wondering if there's a specific... Because, like, I don't think I'm going to get the hand down for Dragon's Horde in time here. That's why I'm, like, not even sure if it's worth bothering for that. Because the hand is kind of too big for that at the moment, really. 2 of them down. Okay. Just making sure it didn't have like the most ridiculous retreat in the world, so Registeel was no option as well. Got to kind of consider all the options with it at the moment because all of them are viable because of how many energy I have in the discard, right? I've got the basically 4 total in the discard, so with 1 attach per turn, I can hit wherever I want. So any attacker is potentially viable here. I think I'm still just gonna go up here though. Alright, we'll draw. Okie dokie. Well, I do have the Aleki, so we will just throw that down. Let's start with the Pokestop, I think. So just Quick Ball, Quick Ball, and Choice Bell. All 3 get kept. Alright. I mean, that might not actually be a good thing. We'll see. But I struggle to find it like a truly bad thing, but it's certainly not exactly what I wanted out of it. Escape Rope.
Reckless.
Yeah. It's like thinking probably doesn't matter too much, but at the same time...
It doesn't even tank this thing because weakness isn't...
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I don't think... I'm pretty sure you're not putting that up, but, you know, we've got to do what we can. I'm like, I don't even know if this is necessarily who I want to bring up, but it's also the thing I can just accelerate to from the discard and be fine, so it probably makes the most sense to. It's just I know what I have to find, like, soon for that to be valuable, but it's okay. Quick Ball discarding Choice Belt. I think we're just going to fail the search on that at the moment, to be honest, because I don't need that immediately. Going to attach Aurora Energy, discarding another Pokestop. So then the only other question is, do I want to use the other Quick Ball that we know of here? The answer is probably no, solely because we already know that, like, what's in discard for it. So we're going to Cynthia's and draw 4, since the KO happened last turn. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Super Rod. Grab ourselves... Oh, probably not that one. Grab ourselves that, and the... actually, no, it probably is better just grabbing both of these at the moment. Because I already have a Drago in play, so, like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, Regice could be a thing, but, like, even then, I think I'm still fine with that. Because that, I've only used 1 of, like, all the Super Rods so far, so I'm pretty sure I can get that back with the rest of the hand being as is. So, we're fine. Then we'll use the Ancient Wisdom to accelerate the energy all back. Then I might as well just attach that one, because these are getting discarded. And we're going to do the same thing as last time, I think, and just go Terra Spark and damage the 2 Solrocks.
Alright.
That to me just makes the most sense with the way things are going.
All discard VIP pass.
Yep. Yeah, this is when you
Manaphy
have
out.
to bench this, otherwise you're cooked.
All this card boss.
Yep.
Lunatone out.
Mm-hmm.
And last card beat that.
Nice. High five.
Sealed card.
Yep. Oh yeah, this has not been used this turn, so
Yep. Use it second then. First. I will use a stop. Quick ball. Belt.
well, the stop gets discarded and the other two don't. That's not bad.
Yeah. What was this? Not what I was looking for specifically, but
Yeah, I can imagine, but
we'll use Solrock. That KO, so start charging bench. Manual attached to bench. Danny. Marnie and AKO.
yep. Again, it's similar sort of thing of like, I think this guy's fine to put up here. Alright, we will draw. Alright, so we know Quit Ball is here. That's like, might as well just play as is, discard the Pokestop, since we are both using all the same bit with it there. Let's grab this guy. Shuffle. Yeah, I mean, Ancient Wisdom is the obvious bit to use, because I think we are just swinging with the thing here. Although there is a problem with that, of like, I don't have the energy right now. So, let's go for the Pokestop first then. Yeah, because I did attach here. This should have been the thing I brought up, really. That's fine. We'll survive. Gigas going down is kind of annoying. Alright, yes, I'm going to have to correct the mistake then, unfortunately, but that is okay. We're just going to have to use the Scoop Up Net then to do that. Boss up the Manaphy. And then we'll use the Ancient Wisdom for the other Aurora and the Twin. And we will put down Twin Energy on Gigas. And yeah, Giant Fangs for the knockout on the Manaphy. Yeah, I'm obviously not gonna like try and say I just messed up with a bit because I was trying to preserve the extra energy on thing, and then I realized, wait, I don't actually have enough Aurora in the discard to attack with the Gigas, the Regi Rock even. So I was like, oops, that's my mistake. Yeah, interesting. Some yeah.
Well, we have a carrier. That Manaphy's not. Manaphy doesn't stay dead in this
Yeah,
deck.
no, understandable. It's just, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's like, if I KO'd the active with a thing, then you've still got enough energy here anyway, and it's just gonna keep that cycle going. So
is it just a race matchup? We just
yeah.
like.
No, like, it makes sense. It does not matter whether or not I attach the bench or the active in that spot, really. So it was just like, I might as well just make sure that I just hit it as much as I can, right?
Just try and force it.
It might not be the only time it dies. That'll be the funny bit with it, you know.
Milo here, rather than try and do shenanigans, because I've got 2 VIP pass. I want to rather not get Marnie to run.
That's fair, yep.
Pulp Crystal. Fail search. Solrock, I think. How lucky you don't. I can play if it happens. So I should probably instead bound rope. Jeez.
Understandable.
Solrock's down. Yeah, this is just the point of the game where I'm just clicking prizes and hoping you stumble. So
yeah, basically. Yep. So it does 150 at that point. I did put 2 Alegis back in the deck, so this is probably the best one to just fire up anyway, because it still KOs the active. That's the important bit here. So I think this is still fine. Let's see. Energy Lotto. Grabs us a capture. It's good enough. Shuffle. Yeah, I mean, capture's pretty good considering it just kind of puts the Drago down. So yeah, we'll put a capture energy down. Not the discard. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm getting this preemptively set. I don't know why, but no, I don't even need to use those. Fuck that. I'm using these. It just makes more sense. Yeah, because I know there is still one in deck, so we are going to grab that. What else is actually here? I should probably take a proper look here. Yeah. As we say, stuff and things. Right, so Ancient Wisdom can then happen to do that. That much is just going to happen anyway. Where are we as far as stuff here? Because I know Ordinary Rod hasn't been used very much, so like that's not a problem. It's just like, where's everything else? Like all of that's gone, that's gone. Those are fine. It's literally just like only, do I need to use Pokestop myself this turn? I don't think the answer is yes, to be honest. Like, deck counts are getting kind of low on both sides here, which is pretty funny, but yeah, I actually think I'm fine. So we are just going to Terra Spark. The Mana Feat prevents the bench damage, obviously, but it still KOs the active, and that's the important bit here.
Just last time, right? Quick ball, discard VIP pass search. Bench Lunatone.
So there's no worry about that for the rest of the game, that's fine.
Got 2 Solrocks in.
Yep.
Yeah, and that weird things happen.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
There's an 80 damage in case random clone.
Hey, it's possible. I have Pokestop for it in the deck. This relatively thing could happen. I'm not gonna say it's a bad play or anything like that.
Well, time for the Hail Mary. Dragon.
Ooh.
Actually, I wouldn't. Oh, do I want to take the Drago or the Regi? Awesome.
I think both are last copies on bench at the moment. Yeah, because 2 Dragos are in there as well, so I think both are on last copies right now.
Yeah. Assume that, so kill Drago for consistency again?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, so we're just attacking with that then? Or anything else you want to do?
Doing my last minute check up, make sure I'm doing stupid.
That's why I'm just like...
Okay.
Yep, okay.
Yeah,
well...
check so I can act.
Yeah, understandable. Thankfully, this is why this guy's already like pre-charged with the bit. Although he's not charged enough, I suppose. That's the thing, because this guy's got like the other twin. Do I even want to do that then? No, I think it's probably best actually in the interest of everything to do it this way around. All right, we will draw. Yeah, now we're gonna use the Pokestop because. Yeah, that's what we need to hit. That goes, but this is fine. I think that should seal it anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ordinary Rod for... the Drago and the Ice, because we have kind of identified that as a bit of a problem. Which is fine. So then in this case I probably don't want to attack with this guy solely because he discards his energy. So yeah, we're gonna play around that. So we're gonna Ultra Ball, discarding Pokestop, and Ultra Ball to grab the... See, you would think I just immediately grab the Drago, but I don't think that's actually correct here. Because I have this, I'm going to attach to the Gigas, right? So I think it's actually just going to be pick up the one that I want to attack with this turn, and that'd be the Regirock. So we do that, and then we put Capture to get the Drago. So that gets us all of them. We go Ancient Wisdom to accelerate this lot. Speed Lightning can go on a Regi that isn't the Aleki, because we're not in Gen 6 here. Pay the 2 to retreat this thing, because that's the one benefit of using him instead, right? Is he gets to do that. And then we can Giga Impact for the KO, despite resistance, because you've only got 90 HP. So 140 minus 30 is not enough to let you live. So otherwise, I would have attached to like Reg Ice or something.
The game can fork. So we'll play it out. Get carrier. This. Do I even want to? Yeah, I shouldn't. Very unrealistic chance Marnie matters.
All of my play there was because of Marnie as well, by the way, just in case there was some very weird edge case where it's like Marnie for life savings kind of comes up here, because then I can just kind of promote the Drago or something, right, and try and draw out of it.
Either Solrock recharge this, we attach manual to active.
Yep.
Point crash. Group up Netta. Solrock, put another one down.
Yeah, get another thing. Yep.
At this point, I take KO.
And then I show you I've got an energy in hand, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. I priced 2 Aurora Energy and a Capture, so I was a little bit worried about like attaches there. I managed to luckily find enough energy on turn 2 to attack with the Aleki, and that was kind of it, really. The rest of the deck, in order, Marnie would have probably done quite a bit there, but then I'd have been able to...
This deck doesn't have Marnie.
Yeah, I know, but it's like...
I assume that, of course. But
yeah, exactly. It's like...
It would have been very useful here.
Yeah, because, I mean, I have one, so...
Yeah,
even
like
this...
a one-off would have been very reasonable here. These high loads are nice, but not... But having a Marnie in his endgame scenario would also be really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not unreasonable to see like one, or even Roxanne probably I wouldn't have been. It's more just deck thinning at that point. But like, yeah, Roxanne was exactly the reason why I wouldn't go up with the Drago. But attaching the extra energy to the Gigas just made the most sense there. And again, Marnie is why I didn't want to hit with the Aleki, just in case anything super weird happened. And it's like, well, you gust up the Gigas that I put all the energy on, and it's like, well, now my guy can't attack because I've discarded all my energy, right? So the idea was that if I attack with something else, then you can gust up, dude, but then I still knock you out with the thing that I attacked with the last turn. So... everything I was doing there was mostly just to be like preventing any and all sort of like lost cases I could see from the bit there. So
which is how these kinds of race scenarios end up being. It's like
you
probably won when you took the first KO, but if you stumble once, that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, I prized 2 Aurora Energy, so stumbling there wasn't necessarily out of the question, you know. That's why I did mess up with putting the Regirock up instead of the Drago the first time. Like, that did have to eat another one of the scoop up nets. I only had one left in the end, but that's it. You know, I messed up. I'm gonna own that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's a bit of a weird matchup to see with this stuff, but like, because any one of these can hit. But the idea is that these do hit quite a wide variety of the metagame, and they hit VMAXs very hard with the Gigaton break, and everything else you can, like this, the Regieleki do quite good against the Palkia decks. The other Regieleki can sometimes help you set up if you've been made to go second, because get a trainer card out of your discard pile is really great for getting one of the supporters that Pokestop just discarded, right? Especially this guy, because you kind of want him, so that's obviously pretty good. I do still like having one copy of this in here, I think. A lot of the Regi decks at the time are only playing 2 of each Regi, which is totally fine, but I do think that pressures your ordinary rods a little bit more, so I like having the extra draw one for opening and the extra, like, because of the recovery on this guy too. Like, I like the...
I like this Lecky layout, because you want 2 attacking Lecky in this format, definitely.
Yep.
And a third Lecky isn't the worst thing ever.
No, especially not when it has this sort of like pickup style thing turn 1 as well. Like, even if it's pick up the Ultra Ball or something that you've used so you can get another guy next turn sort of thing, that's still really strong. And it's a third target for your Speed Lightnings. So it's very good, I think, having 3 Aleki in general, but this one can't hit the active. You do have to hit the bench only with Targeted Bolt, which makes it weaker into Palkia. So yeah, I do still want 2 of the regular one. But yeah, you've got like Steel Weakness, Metal Weakness doesn't come up very often, but specifically against Whimsicott it can be fine. You don't worry about their Trick Wind because you accelerate from the discard, you're not attaching from hand. That's the only place that they stop you attaching energy from, so you're totally fine with that. Reg Ice can be really
more relevant
annoying.
next set when Kyurem drops.
Yes, yes. Although Kyurem's got a massive retreat cost, so it actually doesn't do that much damage to him, right? It's 220 minus 50 for each colorless in his retreat. I'm pretty sure Kyurem's a free energy retreat cost mon because he's a fat asshole.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, he's pretty fat.
Yeah, you're not really doing any damage to that, unfortunately, so that's a bit of a shame. But like, the other stuff I think is still okay there. You can trade 2 shots on a VMAX, and you don't have to trade 2 shots on a VMAX because Gigas exists, so
yeah, it's on
it's fine.
330 only, so that belt gets there.
Yep, so that's totally fine. Regice comes up in fringe situations because of the fact if it can stop the active V from attacking next turn. This is how you try and disrupt the Flying Pikachu stuff, right? Because Pikachu stops this entire deck from damaging it, but damage is the only thing that it stops, so you can Blizzard Bind them to prevent them. Bless you. No, it's fine. Bless you. You can't help that. Yeah, no, you stop the Pikachu from attacking unless it retreats and then plays a switch to get back in. So you're trying to like burn their resources down a bit at that stage, and if they can't attack with that, you can KO like most of the rest of the stuff in that deck with your other dudes, right? So that's reasonably fine. Regirock in particular hits Arceus for weakness and one-shots that, so that's really good. And yeah, like Gigas is good against Mew, Drago's good against stuff in general, 160 is like alright, it's good against the single prize stuff, which is quite good. You know, going into Inteleon or Radzard, for example, pretty good matchup there. And yeah, Aleki just really punishes Palkia, but also pressures the bench a lot as well. Like, I forced you to play Manaphy in that game and have one less Solrock in play as a result, too, which really inhibited what you were trying to do with a lot of stuff there. So
I'd rather play around it because the deck does have plenty of ways of getting a little extra push, but it does make me work harder. It does.
Sure. I mean, it does help at least having the extra bits there for it, but it's certainly like it forced you to play less conventionally in the bit there, right? Because there's only one thing this deck does: it accelerates energy to the Lunatone, and then it attacks with the single prize Lunatone, which can get picked up with Rescue Carrier and stuff like that. The whole deck is 90 HP apart from Randgren, so it's Carrier is like at its best in this deck almost, and yeah, it's just like a bunch of search bit. It's almost funny not seeing Level Ball, but we don't need Level Ball when we've got Fog Crystal, and you want to discard with Psychic Energy. So like, yeah.
How do you want to discard and the ability to search Radgren early? Why do you want Radgren? To discard.
Yep, exactly. And it's like we've got 4 VIP pass as well. So like we have so many ways of searching the Pokemon out here that if you don't set up, then it's probably more of an anomaly, right? Not necessarily set up with like all the energy in the discard, but if you don't at least get like your cycle draw turn 1 going second, then something's probably gone wrong, right? So
I could have hit I could have stretched hit for 120 that turn.
Yep.
That first turn, because you had a 130 guy active, it didn't matter.
Yep, that's why I kept him there.
Set up more.
Yeah, and it's like, as you saw the turn after, I just scoop up netted it anyway, so it was literally not going to make any difference if you attacked it. So you might as well get the draw instead, right? Discarding any one card is quite a decent thing to have, because if you don't need, like, yeah, I know energy is the best, but like if you discard, say, VIP pass or something, that's not even that big of a deal. Like if you've already got your full bench set up.
Prizes that game, so I was dealing with them late game regardless.
Yeah, which it happens. I've seen VIP pass lists of Regis as well, not as often, but like because Pokestop can let you get it early, right? That can also be a pretty good way of setting up. So the one thing I wanted to try in here that I didn't get to fit is Clara. I don't think Clara's like the best in here, but if you get like a big double KO sort of thing happen in a turn, because there aren't many ways that can happen, but there are some where it's like 2 of your guys get KO'd in the same turn, and it can be like you've got to really scramble to sort of recover that. Like Clara can be a really good way of picking up the 2 guys that you need out the discard at that time, right? But the disadvantage is it gets discarded by Pokestop, and so this particular build can't really use it very well.
I think you'd want one basic energy there for niche scenarios.
Right, we could totally fit a basic energy in here as well at that point. That's not a problem. We could even arguably take out one of the captures to fit one in if we wanted. That's not really that big of a deal. Capture energy is nice, but you saw that a couple of times I was attaching capture just because I had it, not because it was usable, right? So we could have easily like subbed that out if we needed to. But overall, list is pretty good. Like 4 scoop up net is what you need in case of Echoing Horn messing you up. The one energy losser just because Pokestop can grab it. Sometimes you need the extra energy that way. That's pretty good. Obviously, Heavy Ball is insane in every deck, but especially here, it can be really good. Somehow didn't prize one of these this time, but if you prize a guy, then you really need to be able to get it out of those prizes. And this is like the perfect deck to play it in, right? So that's obviously good. Cynthia's Ambition is great because you are getting KO'd every turn, like 130 HP, 120 on this guy doesn't survive, right? I saw some lists play Cape of Toughness instead of the full choice belt thing that I have here. I don't think that's correct, but it would have been very funny in this exact matchup, right? Because then, if I don't go for like gusting this guy up all the time, it's like suddenly you have to hit like 6 energy to kill this thing, right?
Which on the Giga puts up 200.
Yeah, you need a lot of energy at that point to KO it, because it's what, 30 plus 30? Yeah, so you would need 6 energy on one guy. And if I've been pressuring enough...
Yeah, because if you pressure me to put the mana feed down, then...
Yep. But ultimately I figured, okay, I know it's a who attacks first sort of thing, but ultimately I figured this matchup probably isn't weak enough for me to justify putting in something like that for it. Right, I think this matchup is completely fine.
Favoured the way it is, because it doesn't attack more.
Yeah, even...
This deck wants to go second blind, especially.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would in this match specifically, but the VIP passes make it so tempting.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a case of even if I only attack with the Regieleki once, the pressure is great enough that I force you to put down Mana Feet almost immediately, right? Otherwise, it's like, you are just going to get, like, nuked for it. So the pressure is there so quickly that...
I get 1 free Terra Spark. Once you've got 80 on something, Mana Feet has to go down now.
Yeah, so
it's like... That's if I'm not scared of Cologne.
Which, again...
There's a reasonable argument for Cologne in this list, actually, because of Duraludon.
Yeah, Duraludon would be pretty annoying. Yeah, because we don't play Path in this list, so Duraludon would be a problem. Path is quite often played in a lot of... decks that way, but I figured, well, one, we're probably not going to see Duraludon, it wasn't that common at the time anyway, and 2, this is like the new engine, right, using Pokestop. I thought that's kind of a good thing to show off, but also just like, this is designed to be as fast as this deck can go, right? Later on, when we get stuff like Gift Energy available and things like that, we can potentially play a more disruptive sort of build, where we could play like 3 Path 2 Pokestop or something. You need to play more stadiums later because Lost City will destroy this deck. We will get to that the next like description video thing, right? That Lost City will wreck this if you leave it in play. So you have to play a very high stadium count to bounce like those freaking Mew decks that will play 3 of it or something. Because some of them will, just because this matchup is annoying, right?
Another thing that you get away with this set, but not next set, is a 1 Regi Steel lineup.
Yeah.
I don't think I like that, but you can do it.
Yeah, I don't think you can get away with that even in this set, but I can understand it, because like Steel is generally the least useful one. What I like about the basic Regis here, though, like, I know Rock is obviously the strongest for the format, but what I like about these is the Regigate attack, right? Just being able to, even if you go second or something, just being able to go, right, turn 1, I can use any of the energy that I have to get another dude out, and just make it so much easier to get the attack on the following turn. Very, very nice. So, the fact of all 3 of them have it is such a good, like, pull for it. So between those and then electromagnetic radar, sonar even, radar is a completely different thing. We have like, 4 different attacks that we can use in the start of the thing that's like meaningful, right? And then sometimes you're just gonna choice belt and static shock a Palkia for 100, and it's very funny. It comes up sometimes.
And the Drago obviously has Dragon Sword, so it being active is also perfectly fine.
Yeah, if you lead it, it's great. That's why I put 3 of them in the deck over any of the others. I did want to have 3 copies of 2 different ones, so it was harder to pressure individual ones that way, and I could just like keep reload in hand most of the time, right? Yeah, basically there wasn't really a point in that game where I didn't have at least a quick ball or capture energy or just hard had the other Regi in hand, right, that I was going with, so everything just kind of works out in that aspect. And eventually you've got to find your ordinary rods, but, that's what Pokestop is for. It's a very good card. So yeah, another 2 good decks for the show. Right, are you still wanting to have a go then, Sai, I'm presuming, for the last one?
Yeah, I have another thing I can throw out.
No, that's not the right one, that's the right one.
Just, do I want to go with the exceptionally mean thing or the other thing?
I will leave that to you.
Let's have a fun game and not something that just feels miserable.
Fair enough. Alrighty then. Let's go for heads. Why not? You see, it's not me flipping the coin, so it works, right? I will go first. And, well, it won't be surprising you what I'm playing, but I do have a mulligan, so...
Yeah.
So... Bit of a shame, but that's fine. We will try again, and we do hit this time, so... Just a 1. Which is fine. You want to take that mulligan?
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah, that is gonna be a problem, isn't it? Alright, we are gonna use the Mysterious Tail, so we look at the top 6, find an item there. Ideally, I mean we do, but... I'm gonna be completely real with you, this is a complete wash, I've got nothing I can play here, so I'm gonna scoop up Nether and the Mew just because I've not got anything I can do. Because I'm just going to be completely honest with it, I have absolutely nothing in hand that I can play, so there is no point in me.
That's slightly painful.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can play, and there's nothing I'm getting to play either. It's, 1 energy on the thing just like immediately shuts me out of the game entirely, so I can't play that one, I'm afraid. If I drew anything of any note, then I would have gone for it, but yeah. Yeah, let's just try that again. There was nothing really in that game, so... I do think the Weezing is just going to win this matchup by itself, which is unfortunate, but we shall see, I suppose. let's go Quick Ball discarding. I think I might just need to get more stuff going. So Quick Ball discard the fire. Let's just see what we're working with here. Oh, the other one's prized. That's fantastic. Okay. Oh, and he's prized as well. Great. Well. so much for that. All right. Now the question is, the fuck do we do now? Oh, joys. That's also in the prize. Dude, these are like seeing 4 prizes already. That's like, this is the worst thing I've seen. Yikes. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to grab Sobble. Which, I mean, that's fine, but... ugh, gross. Alright, let's use the Mew. Lots of stuff there, at least. Level Ball is probably the best bet here. Yeah, so we'll Level Ball for another Sobble. And then I think we're simply going to do it again, because I'm going to scoop up net the Mew and air balloon one of the Sobble that I switch into, so I can go ahead and try this again whilst I've actually got access to items here. That's going to grab another one of these. But I don't...
Good thing to have.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I can really use it this turn, though, considering. I'm gonna throw Twin Energy down here, and that's gonna do. Go ahead. And then, yeah, I think we just immediately lose to Attach in Ascension, right? Yep.
Quick Ball discarding Marnie.
Yep.
Actually, we'll grab that. No. Actually, because the plan's gonna... Yeah, no. We'll grab that.
Mm-hmm.
Hang active, I guess?
Sure.
And research discarding Crobat VMAX and Weezing.
Yep, okay. God, it's got 130 HP as well. I can't even knock it out with Inteleon. That's depressing.
Throw down another one and Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
Weezing's really cruel into this Inteleon.
Yeah, you. Do I bring the cruel thing or do I bring the fun? Let's have a fun game. You win. I can't do anything.
Well, that's...
I literally
the other thing
can't
is
do anything.
Stonjourner.
What's worse is this surprise.
Yeah, the Radzard. Yeah,
Nah.
but the Radzard doesn't matter because I have to put 5 energy on it, and that's every single energy in the deck. So, like,
Well,
wow,
the good news is that this is the only Weezing I have access to.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's the only Weezing you need. I literally
Weezing
can't play the
just
game
deletes
if this thing's in play. Like, you know this already as well. I literally cannot play the game if that thing's in the active slot. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I literally am not allowed to play the game with that being a thing, right? So, like,
I guess we go for the other thing, which I thought would be more miserable.
well, I mean, maybe, but we'll see. Fuck, we'll flip for it because it is a different deck.
You can have a...
Alright, yeah, sure. We'll try. Well, I mean, that's just nothing. all the stuff I want, but no Pokemon. So
same.
yeah, well, I expect you to mulligan because I know what this deck is like. So we will, yeah, go for it. Yep. Yeah, the hammers are probably going to be the problem point, but again, we'll see. Uh-huh.
At this point, I wonder if just bring Heart Peak would have been better. At this
It
point.
probably would have been, yeah, but you know. Alright, well that could have been worse. Okay, we will draw. Yeah, this thing doesn't do any too much on the first thing, right? We are going to Quick Ball and discard. I think Tool Scrapper is probably fine. It's hard to say because it's like I do want to be able to discard stuff that way, but I also think that that's probably not going to be the determining factor here anyway, so it's kind of weird. Right, so we do get this guy out. Let's see the rest of the bit. One of those away. Okay, fair enough. We are going to second Quick Ball, discarding. I don't really know if I see that being useful in this matchup, so it's probably that. Yeah, I don't know if cross switch is actually going to be any good here, so I think that's probably worth tossing. Grab ourselves out a third one of these, and that is gonna have to be it for turn one. So go ahead.
You get two cross switcher, it'll probably be a switch.
Yeah. Well, I can't.
No,
If I can't gust, I can't switch. So, yeah.
Stone Fighting
Yeah,
Energy, Full Face Guard,
Yeah.
Skullgirl.
Yep, because I have 6 prizes. It's a draw 4 instead of a draw 2.
Guard Press.
For 40. Alrighty, we will draw. Probably would have liked that last turn, but it's fine. Alright, Level Ball. I should probably have done Deck Sword here, because this is going to be a little bit, isn't it? I'm going to grab Drizzile. I think as far as the where it goes, I mean, active makes the most sense at the moment, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, if there is a way that you get the KO anyway, then I'm probably cooked regardless, so, yeah. Alright, we are going to... I don't want to say cooked, but you know what I mean. It's not a good look if that happens. So we're going to Shady Deal for Irida.
Not fully cooked, but not raw either, like a rare steak.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. So we'll grab you and... I want to say that's actually fine here. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense actually. Right, so there, that to there, that here, and we will grab... I mean, net just kind of does make sense. It's just... Yeah, no, net makes sense, because we want to grab that, and then use the red candy to go Intel here, and use that for Level Ball, and... I already have that, so that's fine. Let's grab another Irida for next turn. Alright, Level Ball, should have stayed in debt there. Level Ball for the Mew. I've got an Energy Search as well, that's what I've been just like, do I want Fire or Water here, basically? And I think Water's the obvious first one. Water is the obvious first one, but I think it's probably better getting the Fire here, actually. Because that can, like, pay retreat, which is useful. So, go to there. We'll use that to pay retreat. This is in hand. I think I keep the Scoop Up Net this turn because I can't use it this turn anyway, so it's fine. We will use the Mew. And grab. Evo Incense. And yeah, I guess the only annoyance is I didn't get like an attach because of discarding it, but I don't think that's really that big of a deal. Because I didn't want to scoop up net the active one there. It didn't really make a lot of sense in that position. Not really a ton else to do that makes sense here, so yeah, go ahead.
We have another Skullgirl.
Mm-hmm.
Attach Fighting Energy. Stonjourner VMAX. Stone Gift.
Yeah, because it could attach to itself, so yeah. Alright, we will draw. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see how this is going to get out of hand, that's for sure. Just, not a lot I can necessarily do about that. Alrighty. We are going to... I feel like I almost want to just Mew first here, actually, but it seems like a bad idea. Well, I think Irida's always going to be the supporter here, so that should get used first, just to grab extra stuff out that I think. I mean, it is grabbing an item, so it's like, is it really thinning? But it's also getting a Pokemon, so I guess that that answers that question, really. I don't think... I have the Heavy Ball that I would be tempted by. I don't actually think I have anything in the prizes that I can Heavy Ball with. So, is it just like Level Ball then? Probably. Yeah, Level Ball can grab the Sobble. So we're certainly going to get ourselves established, if nothing else. It's just a case of like getting enough stuff out now to make that matter. Intel down here. We'll get Quick Ball and Magma Basin. Yeah. Energy Search can go down for the water at this point, because I think I am gonna have to just like poke for a bit first and force you to use your like 60,000 healing things. I gotta be honest, I don't really think there's any way of winning this one. Yeah, no, I gotta be honest, I don't think there's any actual way of winning this, but we'll see. It's not entirely impossible, I don't think. It's just like just about, right? By the time everything's all said and done. Quick Ball, discarding... I mean, boss does nothing here, right? So, let's not mince words on it. Boss
Unless
does
you
like...
have Erica's Invitation.
Yeah, and even if I do, you don't have a Pokemon in a discard for obvious reasons. So, yeah.
Is an Invitation from hand?
Pretty sure it is.
Is it from hand? Oh, yeah, it's yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Even then, it's like, you're not going to have one in hand, so who cares, right? Yeah, we're going to use the basin to accelerate to the Zard. We will attach... I'm tempted not to because of having Scoop Up Net here, but I think it's still better to go with this one. And then, yeah, definitely Scoop Up Net missing. Because this gives more options at the very least. I can't use the Drizzle this turn because this did get benched this turn as well, so that's fine. I have supported, I've had manual attached. I use... What's up? Sorry,
Discord just blipped for me.
Okay, fair enough. I think the only thing I haven't done that's like even reasonable to look at doing is the Mew. But like, what am I actually using with the Mew here? So this is where it's going to get weird, because I'm not actually sure exactly how I'm even attacking in the coming turns here. With the way stuff is set up at the moment. It's like I was almost tempted to actually just like keep the fire in the discard here, but then I don't know if that really does anything either. So I am going to use the Mew. I'm just like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be looking for at the moment. I mean, level ball is the one like thing I can take, so sure. And then, sad as it is, I feel like that's kind of it at the moment, and I'm not. Yeah, I really don't know where I'm going from here, but I guess we'll have to figure it out as we go. So yeah, go ahead. I have an idea, I just don't know if it's going to be good enough.
That's fighting energy.
Oh yeah, because Hyper Potion, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Boss in the Radzard.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Max Rock Ball.
Yeah, I mean, that does nothing, but yep. I guess we'll just go there. We will draw. Well, now I am going to find out if I've got anything in here, because I drew it, so I might as well look. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Nothing really dangerous in there either, so sure. Alright, we will get our good friend Drizzle down here. And grab... Yeah, is that the thing that makes the most sense? Or do I want the other one? It's weird that I've like run out of all of those already as well. Very funny. Where are we at? So, I mean, it's a 350 HP guy that takes. Is it that? No, this one takes 20 less in it, so it's like it's a 330 HP guy that's minus 40 at the moment because of the one stone fighting. Yeah, just trying to remember which way round everything is with this here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just we'll just let you show what this thing does, because honestly, that's is what it's gonna be. Because this is unwinnable as well, to be honest. We'll use the Clara. We'll pick up the Radzard and the Fire Energy, so we can put the fire here. Yeah, as much as it's just like thinking it, that is gonna have to just go down. And yeah, unwinnable matchup is also unwinnable, but we'll hit for 80 and just you can get to show what it does before I just end this fast. Because what's the point of even trying against us?
We'll have to go for the funny.
Yeah. So it heals 20, and then it's yeah, it goes back to the hand if you flip heads. So Alright,
yeah,
so
we didn't get the full fight, so
it still does the heal. So
yeah. And then there's Pokemon Center Lady.
yeah.
Then Max Rockfall.
Why did you even think this deck was interesting to try? I'm curious, like genuinely curious. Why did you even think this was interesting to try? Because it's not remotely, it's not even like a funny sort of thing with it. It's like, why did you even want to try this? Yeah, it's over. There's no point. I can't do anything.
Think of it if you wanted a funny ice pop moment, but I think that's been done to death already. I think.
Yeah, there's obviously nothing I can do.
We haven't used ice pop.
Yeah, for good reason. It's not a good card. It's not even a funny card. Like, There's just nothing good about it.
YouTuber gets 10 heads in a row.
Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I can just show the idea with this thing. It's a single prize. They were like, the Radiant Charizard is insane, but it's designed to I guess, deal with V-Star stuff more. Like, I could have had a reasonable amount of hits in here, and you don't have Cheryl, so there's at least that, but, like, I just wouldn't have gotten enough in time, I don't think, with it. And with no inherent hand disruption off of the bit here, there was just nothing I could even think in. I didn't have any Quit Balls or, obviously, Energy Search I used early, but I didn't have any Quit Balls left, so if I went Ordinary Rod to put the Zard back, I couldn't even do anything with it, so I was just like, okay, maybe next turn what I could have looked at was just being, yeah, get like a reasonable hit, but it's not even a reasonable hit by the time it comes with this, because, like, yeah, but this is just stupid, right? It's not remotely good. It's just a guy can technically be fully healed and it hits for 200, I suppose. It hits fighting, but like it does nothing really. And all this is supposed to do is try and stick one of these, hammer down the opponent's stuff, because of course it is. That's just a dumb deck. This is Steelix 2.0, right? That's literally all it is. It's just a Steelix deck again, and we all hated that before, so that's why I'm like, why do you even think this was a good idea, sling, right? But it's
the reason it got played is because it's good into both. It's good into Palkia because it has no bench. It's good into Arc Pika because Pika has no damage.
Yeah, it's like technically speaking, when you look at the bit with it, strictly speaking, yeah, it has a reasonable matchup into a few of the things that are up there at the top. Because, as you say, Palkia doesn't really do as much to it because you've got nothing to play with it. And the Arceus does get hit for weakness unless they put Dunsparce down. So, like, that's kind of okay, I suppose. It coincidentally has a good time into something like this because it just doesn't do enough for the starting bit here. I'm shocked to see no Path in here because you've got literally nothing that Path, like, stops. So this seems like it would be a 12 Path deck if it could play it, right? There's literally no reason not to play Path in this list. So, alright. But, like, yeah, it's designed to use, like, all the worst cards in the format as well, really, with this stuff there. Because, like, this card is completely terrible under every single circumstance ever. Kabu only works if it's the only card in your hand, so, like, that's completely terrible under every circumstance ever. And
Kabu was only Pokemon in play.
Okay, yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, yeah, only one in play. So it's like you never only have one Pokemon in play because that's objectively not a good idea under like any normal thing. Yeah, unless you're exactly this. Funnily enough, I think this deck loses to Sneasler. Right? Is the other sort of funny bit with it here. This is the one thing, it just loses to Sneasler, like on the spot.
He also loses to Lunatone, because Lunatone just puts all the shit on one Lunatone. It's like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, well, what they're going to do about it is they're going to take like 40, 60, 80 less damage, and you're just never going to be able to hit it for enough. That's what it does about it. I don't actually know if you win that matchup either.
That's say you do, it's like 12 Psychic Energy on one Lunatone. Like, what's it going to do?
Yeah, it's going to kill you every turn. That's what it's going to do. Both the regular Stonjourner and the VMAX will one-shot your Lunatone. What are you going to do then, right? I'm just going to charge out the bench one instead. They'll just use the one boss that they will find, apparently, for knocking out your benched one. So I actually don't think you win that matchup either, right?
Let's go about what stats say. Stats say it's apparently Lunas, I think.
I mean, you can get a bunch of mulligans, I guess, early with a bit with it, and that might be, like, okay, but it just seems like you shouldn't, because any damage you do just gets, like, healed off, and you get one shot every time. I don't know. Avery's also kind of annoying for you, because, yeah, you do have recovery stuff, but if your active is getting KO'd and Avery gets put down, then you're going to end up getting messed up by it, so yeah, I gotta say, I don't actually think you're favored in this either. This does not look like a good matchup for you. I suppose
I just didn't think it was appropriate for me to bring both of the big meta decks on the same day.
I guess, but like
Flying Pikachu. I do have the Arc Pikachu thing, but like I don't want to play two meta decks in a row.
That sounds like a
it would
you
be
problem,
like
but
that,
yeah, I
but
get
then-
it.
Because if I was to go to second week, they should probably get Darkrai, Solrock box, or Dialga.
Yeah,
Still-
none of them seem like particularly good options, though, do they? So, like,
Well, to avoid meta things, or the ants. That's also in the rather bullshit tier.
yeah, that also isn't very good, though. So, you know,
I just don't think it's fair for me to hoard everything.
eh. I don't know. I mean, I think that. I'll be real. That sounds like a you problem as opposed to anything else. But yeah, I kind of get it. But I mean, also
Trying
kind
to
of
avoid
not.
meta, you're probably playing a jank deck anyway in this format, because like 5 meta decks probably, and everything else is just kind of there.
Now, realistically, there's 2. And then Mew kind of works, but it's not as good as it was, not as dominant as it was. Realistically, there's only 2, if you actually look at it seriously. There's Palkia and Pika because it beats Palkia, and then nothing else matters. That's pretty much it. Being genuine about it, this is one of the most constricted Light Worlds formats that we've ever really had, in terms of what's actually viable. Because Palkia is just that ridiculous against almost everything that isn't specifically tech to beat it. As in specifically designed from the ground up to beat it. That it literally does just win against everything else in this format. It's
Probably number 2 behind 2012, because 2012 is even dumber. That was the Mewtwo Darkrai month.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I mean, at least it was more sort of interesting within that. In places, the only thing that was bad about that format, genuinely, was like Catcher and Junkarm. I think if you took those out, there probably would have been a fair bit more interest within that one. But hey, what are you gonna do? You could say that about all sorts of formats, right? If card was not there, then other thing would be fine.
Oops, accidentally deleted Palkia, and now we playable meta again. Oops.
But yeah, this did actually win regional stuff as well. It's not the exact list, but Piper Lefine actually did win. I think it was Battle of All. It was like the first one regional of the new season. I'm pretty sure was won by this sort of thing, and it is really interesting because you look at it, you go, well, there's not really any sort of game plan within this, right? What are you trying to do? But when you actually look at the sort of stuff that was doing pretty well at the time, most of it this kind of goes into quite well. Intel's attack might not look like the best thing ever, but it certainly is enough to deal reasonable damage into bits. I'm surprised there's only one. No, there's 2 choice battles. Like, yeah, I think I prized one. That's the thing. I only have 1 in deck, but like the Radzar plus choice belt is enough to KO the V-Star stuff, so that's good. If they do play Big Charm, Scrapper's dealing with it. And you think, well, all of this is like, oh, you just draw the outs a little bit with it. Well, look how many outs we have in here. Every single one of these can tutor whatever the heck it wants. And the Irida can get you to these bits and one of the outs to do whatever you want. So it's like, this deck literally is just like you're on an open book almost the entire time, right? And it is basically up to you to work out how to like navigate that situation to do what you want it to do. And it's kind of insane. Like, it is a very low energy count as well. That can be a bit of a concern. But when you have Magma Basin, 2 Energy Search that you can get, you've also got the Clara and 2 Raihan to get the stuff back. It's like energy actually isn't that big of a deal in this deck.
Especially because DEs can search any of these.
And it's like the one twin is so that you can attack with Radzard from when the opponent only has like 2 prizes taken or something. Because if you Raihan the fire energy to it and then twin energy it, that's actually enough. It costs 1 less for each prize the opponent has taken. So each time up until 2 prizes left when it's at full parity, it's like, well, now I can do the 250 when I need to early. And so you actually start pressuring the prize race at that point ahead of when Radzard would be expected to do so under a lot of circumstances. And it's like, well, they're just going to KO it next turn. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to Clara it at the turn after and keep going from there, right? Clara, put it on the bench, attach probably the water that you put there.
If you best you got
Yeah, but it's like you Clara it to put it onto the bench, you use Magma Basin to get the fire energy that was there back to it, and then your Clara can pick up the extra water or second fire or whatever. And, well, they took an extra prize last turn, now you only need 2 energy. So you can just kind of chain it that way. And, yeah, it looks kind of bad on the surface, but there's a lot of control within this list of, like, you're determining when the prizes get taken. You're determining what happens when with the stuff there. And yeah, sometimes Inteleon's gonna, like, I don't know, cross switch her up a Bieberol or something so he can take it out of play and then keep going, right? Obviously.
Don't try exactly this.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only concern with that. And then it's well, you tried. I think the main weaknesses here would be, I guess, the supporters can be kind of rough sometimes. Like, if you don't get a decent enough start, it can be an issue. Obviously, ability lock in general is a thing, but there's only one card that can properly ability lock this deck. And of course, that was in the first game as the main thing. Like, Weezing just kind of stops it, but, you know, what are you supposed to do, right? That's, Weezing wasn't really played very much at this time, for good reason, because it's not actually that good most of the time, right? So,
what else are you hitting this format? Starbirth, I guess.
Yeah, it's like exactly
It might annoy
Intel.
Mew.
Yeah, it does annoy Mew a little, but like, it's exactly the Inteleon engine is what it's mostly hitting. So like, in theory it's good, but in practice it's just like, well, their attacker will just kill it, like, immediately, you know? So, unless you manage to get them so quickly that they can't get anything established, and this deck does have that sort of weakness where it takes a little bit of time to get going, you literally aren't going to be able to do much with it most of the time, right? Especially not in a deck that doesn't play Boost Shake. That's when it actually ended up being good in the regional sense, is when it was like Boost Shake started coming into the list. And you were going first and doing it with that instead. Yeah.
What was I thinking? The other thing would be Jolteon, which would stop this kind of shady dealing stuff, but...
Yeah, but then even then, Jolteon has to have a tool attached. Yeah, guess what card we can use to search that tool removal? Right? If we have an Irida or a Raihan if they KO'd something last turn, if we have the Irida in hand, then we can actually search for the Inteleon piece, plus the Scrapper, to get through the Jolteon for that turn. And honestly, you probably don't need that many turns against it if you're... No, like, because they're not going to be able to establish it on your first turn, right? So you probably don't need that many turns without the thing being available. How many capsules are they going to play as well? That's another thing, because it's at least... Like, if it's a 2-2-2 line, effectively, 2 capsules to 2 Jolteon, that's like 6 slots in their deck that don't really do anything otherwise, right? Are they really going to commit more cap than that for it to make it work? It's tough to justify, right? So, you might only need to remove it once in the first place. And that's the thing. The only thing I think this deck is actually missing is some sort of junk hunt style thing of like being able to pick up, even if it's just one. Like, I wouldn't want to play the Regi Lecky to do it because it's too bulky. Yeah, Silene maybe could be a thing, but that does interrupt the Irida stuff, so it's probably a bit tricky to weave in. But like, that's the only thing I think this is missing, is some sort of way of like recurring a few of the particular bits here. Because like being able to pick up, say, the air balloon again would be pretty good, or maybe you do need another tool scrapper. Unlikely, but maybe you do. Sometimes you would... What's up?
Sorry, so I was checking the various troll supporters. Do I know them that well? Yeah, no, you don't get an item out of Roseanne's. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, checking what Roseanne's got back.
Yep. It could get the twin energy back. But yeah, no, it's just like, I think that's the only thing I would say the list is kind of missing, is some way of being able to like reuse a couple of these one-offs, because there are quite a lot of one-off items that you would really like to be able to pick up again, or even just a cross-switcher, right? Being able to recover one cross-switcher because you had to, I don't know, discard it to a quick ball or something early. The list doesn't have a lot of discarding, obviously, but maybe you did have to like throw one away for whatever reason, and Now it's a case of I really want to get it back. Like, one is prized, you've used a couple or something, you get one off the prizes, rather than having to find the other one. Then it's just like I could get one back and do it that way. That's just about it. That's the only thing I think that would be most ideal. But I'm also not advocating for returning to Junk Hunt because that was stupid. So, you know.
Can you imagine Snorlax stall if it could recycle its counter catches that easily?
Yeah, I can, because then you're not getting Snorlax stored.
Oh yeah, just
unless we're
Switch.
somehow combining Block Snorlax with Junk Hunt on the Block Snorlax, then you know, then we're really making a heinous deck. Oh man. But yeah, like I say, it's unfortunate. It's just like the two matchups of dinging in are basically just unplayable for this one, because I guess. Yeah, realistically, what am I going to do with it? I chain, it would be 210, so like in theory, I could probably outdo the healing here, but then it's just a case of the Hyper Potion with that much energy already attached is probably too much. I don't know.
If I start getting more of the stone fighting energy on there, it gets less and less.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of okay, because to make it less enough, you're gonna have to have like all of them on, I think, because 250 is just kind of a ton, right? You would need like the full reduction, I think, is what you would need, and even then I could technically two-shot. It's still a lot, yeah. So like, I don't know. I think realistically maybe enough Combustion Blast could have been the thing for it there, but I just didn't have the recovery for it, was the thing. I just couldn't keep doing it enough. Because again, all the quit balls had been used, so they were all... Because I think I drew 2 of them in the opening turns. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but, you know, get the setup. And then it's like, wait, I can't get the Charizard out of the deck anymore, because there's no way of getting that out easily in the deck, right? So that sort of thing is why I'm like, maybe we would like some sort of recursion-based thing, or even just another quit ball if we could fit it in. Maybe just another way of getting to this guy to figure it out. But I think there's also just a lot of dead cards in this exact matchup that don't really help. Like, obviously the Cross Switcher doesn't do anything here, but it does in almost every other matchup. The Air Balloon doesn't really do a whole lot here, because it does about as much as you'd hope, but like that's still not very much. Like, Escape Rope does nothing.
I assume Regi Lucky is just too slow.
For... Like, yeah, probably. I mean, I'm just worried about this retreat cost, because that's the 3 energy retreat one. That's like, ugh, I don't know. It might be usable, but it's just like, that is pushing it, isn't it?
Yeah. Silene in most situations. And
then using your supporter for that instead of an Iridir or like the later game going for Raihan and stuff like that is also very tough to justify. So it's... And you would want to be using Silene later on in the game anyway, right? Because that's the whole point of a recovery-based card. I think it's just, like, tough. There's just not really... For good reason, there's not really a good option for it in the format. Yeah. It's just, that's the one thing I think I would like to have, is a way of recurring the options. Or maybe I'm just bad enough at the deck that I don't understand how to, like, preserve it. I don't know. There is always that. You could just play better. Don't be stupid. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think I've got much else to really say with the format stuff. I guess we could show what the Pika thing was supposed to be, and then I could show the dumb thing that I didn't end up playing because I didn't find it was good until I anything, but it was a fun idea because I always have to try this kind of deck when it comes out. Status conditions, woo, they're usually really bad, but when you use them as a fuel of damage, it's actually kind of cool. Problem is this deck just like loses to everything, unfortunately. It's a little bit...
I mean, it might be a pain for this because I can't swap out
That's what I'm saying. It beats this, but that's about it. Like, I'm pretty sure it beats this, because yeah, like you've got 1 heal for special conditions, and that's 1 Center Lady, And yeah, as you say, you can't really switch out of it, so you're taking 30 a pop every turn of that. So like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it actually would be reasonable into this.
I'd have to work a significant amount harder.
There's always a chance Arcpeak comes back as well. It stays viable for a while.
Yeah.
Because it's yellow.
Yeah, it's not
Again,
impossible.
don't think I should play all the meta stuff to myself. That doesn't seem fair to you guys.
Let's do it for Silver Tempest format. We're going to need the help all over again.
Besides, Pikachu might be able to bully Lugia.
That's what Pepper's saying of it, yeah. So, no, I get it. At the same time, I don't think that's like necessarily particularly unreasonable concern. I get what you mean. It's just I don't think you have to worry too much about that. I mean, look at what I played this time around with it, right? Like, the Regis are a competitive deck. They did have tops and stuff here with it, and then this was a regional winning thing. So it's not as if I was like out of it in that sort of aspect. Yeah, they might not be the top decks off of the thing with it, but they are pretty close. So, hey, if you win a regional of the size we're at this stage of the game, that's gotta count for something.
Probably
right?
a solid list.
Yeah, it's at least a solid deck idea, if nothing else.
Unless it's Snorlax, and then you just go straight to Unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a workable deck idea. It's miserable, but it's workable.
Uh-huh.
If anything, it's underplayed in current modern, which is sad to say.
Yeah.
People forget about it, then it shows up and bullies decks because they aren't prepared for it, and then it disappears because it's over-prepared for next time. It's the cycle of Snorlax.
Just like the cycle of a lot of things.
If there's any consolation, I guess there's a chance it just dies due to new Worlds regs, the new tournament tie things.
Yeah, but that's a topic for a whole other time, because, my word, there's a lot to say about that. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to think in with this. I will be honest, I don't think there's too much that's like other than like pure meme territory at this point. I don't think there's too much that's worth doing another thing for this on. And
I think the barrel to scrape, but it is scraping a barrel.
yeah.
Like Flappy Box, Darkrai, Zorro Box.
But I would rather just throw that barrel and get a monkey out of it. Alright, yeah, we'll leave that for another time. So, yeah, I guess if you've somehow managed, as always, you somehow managed to stay this long into the thing, thank you very much for watching. And, yeah, next time I guess we'll try and do some mathing, some counting to 7 and 10 and all of that, right? Oh boy. Lots to discuss.